Brutal here. I'm just about ready to build a really small little redstone project, and I just thought I'd maybe bring a few of you along with me. Um, these ovens and stuff are nice, but they're pretty labor intensive as far as I'm having to constantly fill them up and empty them and stuff. And so I have idea of making a little bit more of an automated kind of furnace system. So anyways, I'm gonna grab some chests, some hoppers, some furnaces, and probably some other things along the way. I wouldn't mind building what I have in mind here, but I don't know. I'm I'm not I'm not too keen on it. I guess I'm just too in love with using these three chests right here are like my big chests. So anyways, you can see that our reclamation project has went well here. And so I'm thinking this might be a nice little smelting furnace area that I could start up. So anyways, oh geez, I still got stuff falling down from there. I can turn that off so we won't have that sound going on in the background. So anyways, yeah, so we're gonna see if we can't make ourselves a little bit of a automated system here. Might as well arrange these in such a way. Now let's see, if we put this there and then we put a hopper into the side of it, okay, the fuel will go in there, and then the top or the chest there will feed the fuel in. Now on top, if we put a hopper facing down in, that will bring new material into the furnace. And then if we put a chest on top, then that will bring new material into the top of the furnace. Now see, I want to be able to continue to get experience from my smelting. So like this clay. This clay it's worth a lot of experience. I don't know if you guys have ever known that or realized it, but it's worth a lot of experience when you as you smelt it. So anyways, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna put my clay, and you can see that the clay's running out of it because it's going into the hopper here and it's going on into the furnace there. Now I'd be really tempted to use lava buckets, except for lava buckets it wouldn't be a really efficient use of lava. Lava can smelt like around 100, one bucket of lava will smelt basically like about 100 blocks. So so yeah, that's maybe not a really efficient use of lava to smelt with it. Got enough room, yeah, because I don't want to be throwing my lava buckets into the lava. I've done that once or twice already. Not that iron buckets are a problem for me anymore. But at the same time, when I look around here, there's like no lack of lava around here, so I guess it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to go ahead and chuck this thing full of lava buckets. So now, that's going to be an issue. I've got to get this out of there. I wonder how you get that out of there. Or if you can get that out of there. I'm not even sure. Of course, there's bedrock underneath there. Yeah, because that's gonna be an issue. If I can't get the lava buckets out of there, then I'm gonna be better off going with coal or charcoal. So, anyways, we'll just have to. I could put it, if this was, I could put it up one more layer, and put a hopper underneath it, and then, but see, then the problem is that's just going to take the things that are in here and drain them out as they're done, and then I don't get the experience from smelting, and that's not my intention at all. I really do want the experience from the smelting. So I'd much rather do it this way, I think, than the other. Okay. And let's see. I need to start getting some more sand so we could do. There's a big slime jumping around here. I'm thinking there's gotta be, somewhere around here's gotta be a great place to do a slime farm. I could definitely use the slime. Oh. So glass, clay. We might be able to build one more. It's a nice thing. These are just 2x3s. So we could build another one here. And we could do another one with netherrack. And so, yeah, anyways, so I had that idea. Thought I'd share that one with you. I've done one of these before, but it was more or less an endless one that would just continuously feed stuff through. Which works great. But like I was saying, the only problem with that kind of a setup is the fact that you don't get the experience for smelting. And I kind of like to get that experience. Like I said, especially with clay. Clay gives quite a bit of experience. In fact, I think I'm gonna do another one of these for the clay bricks. Okay, so all of my furnaces up here are emptied out. I really should have moved that over, and then I could have had room for one more furnace in there. I could put one in there anyway, so it's not like it's got to have two, but oh well. So is this not quite ready. But my problem, oh, there he is. My problem is that my little villagers in here are glitching out every once in a while. Whoa. And so I've been having to round up some of my villagers every once in a while because they keep glitching out of the fences. I had a major chicken escape. In fact, I see I still got one down there. I have been running around base trying to clean up all the chickens that escaped. Getting a little beef. Definitely got some eggs going. Got some good amounts of chicken. Some pretty good wool. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's see here. We can kind of keep an eye. That one's only at 16. That one's at 27. Now this one here is at 47, so it's... Alright, well, let me put this stuff away, and I'll show you something else I built. It's not... This next thing I'm going to show you, it's not an original invention. I got it from the internet. I can't even remember who it was right now that did it, so I am definitely not claiming this is my own. I guess maybe if it worked better I might, but right now it's just not working that good. I'm gonna need to make a couple fishing rods here, so let me take 6. Because I am really using up a lot of cooked fish with my trades with the villagers. So anyways, so I made this kind of what's supposed to be like an automatic fishing machine, and you're supposed to be able to put your fishing rods in here, and then they're supposed to come back out down here. And you're supposed to be able to cast it down there. There's tripwire hooks, and when it goes through the string, then it cuts this whole thing off. Now I'm supposed to be able to stand right here and like put this just on this edge and then just keep throwing it out, but it doesn't work for me. I don't know why it doesn't, but it does not like to work. And so, anyways, there you saw the thing I like is that this thing tells you basically when you have a fish on, because the bobber will go down, the gate will open, so you know to right click and to go ahead and get your fish when that happens. So I do kind of like that part of it. But otherwise, it's supposed to be an AFK one where you can just literally, put something on your mouse or your keyboard and it would just continuously give you fishing rods. And continually let you catch fish. But like I said, I'm so far not real impressed with what I've seen with this thing. I've not figured out any way to make it AFK. Now, the guy that had done this I saw he was using it with the snapshot. So maybe once 1.7 actually comes out, it will be something that will work, and it may work well in that new version. So, but the problem I find is getting it to cast past the fence. But anyways, I've been playing around with this a little bit, trying to get a better way of getting a better supply of fish. I done bought up every fish I could buy out of town, basically. So anyways, not a great redstone idea there, or at least I'm not found an automatic fishing farm that really does work well yet. So I kind of look forward to that day when we can finally find one that we can brag about and see is a good one. So let's gather up some nether wart here. Whoops, I didn't mean to harvest that one. I wasn't ready yet. I really need to automate that too. But as you can see, it's not like I need a lot. So anyways, I did I did go to town and have some fun. Ah, jeez, another chicken running around my base. You spite chickens, I know you're. So I'll take you to town and show you what I did. Um, I've got so much iron because of that iron golem farm that I built. And so anyways, I decided to play a kind of a prank on a couple of the students on the server, although it's not necessarily a bad prank. I mean, it's free iron after all. So if it's free iron, they shouldn't complain too much, right? So anyways, so I'll take you there and show you what I did to them. Let me go over here to the portal, the Stargate, and it is daylight, so won't have to worry about fighting mobs too much. I got arrows, so in case I do. I did get a golem for our village, although he's not that handy. I just put doors in here and then knocked the ceiling out right there, so that way all the little villagers that are my little salesmen then essentially helped create the golem that's here. I could have built one myself, but they're weaker than village golems. So, but anyways, yeah, pranks. So I came over to see Garrett's place, and I see that Garrett's been here. I don't know when he was here, but he's been here because he has carpeted. He's laid down some green carpet inside his base. Oops, I forgot to take that back out of there. That was mine. So anyways, so yeah, Garrett's put some green carpet down. I'm not sure what this was about. But anyways, I came to pick on you, and I hope you are able to iron it out. And then I basically filled his whole storage room with iron blocks. And then here's the pick I used to pick on you. So there is my little prank for Garrett. And I couldn't just pick on Garrett, so I also went over and picked on Tyler a little bit with some iron too. Didn't quite fill up his whole base. His is a little bit bigger, but I did use up what I had left of that stack of 64. I used a number of them on Garrett there, and then what I had left over I brought over here to Tyler's house. And Tyler was supposed to get on. He's wanting me to record an episode with him, and so yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. But anyways, I heard you needed iron, is what I put there. Oh, and when I was here, I decided to redecorate his house a little bit. I hope he's not too mad at me. But I decided, it looked a little boring with all these wood planks. So I added some nice spruce logs and some spruce planks and some cobblestone stairs and some fence posts, and just kind of livened his place up a little bit. So hopefully he doesn't get upset with me there. But I get tired of seeing just, wooden boxes. So anyways, see, and I came over one day and I actually built him an automatic pumpkin farm, which you can see, I mean, it's done pretty well for him for the times that he's been here. And I thought, well, once I gave him the template for that one, that he might go on to build some other ones, but he hasn't yet. So, but at least now he knows how to put that together if he wants. Ooh, I'm gonna take some melon from him. I need to get a silk touch axe so I could keep these as whole melons. That would be pretty sweet, actually. I'll have to see if in fact, I think one of my traders in one of the villages, I think, is willing to do a silk touch axe. Can you believe that? Isn't that awesome? I don't have a hoe. I don't like it when so I'm gonna put that there so it won't spark them. Anyways, so this was the other thing I did for Tyler. I don't think he's seen it yet. And I'm not super pleased with this yet. But anyways, it's just a simple piston. It's gonna, when I hit the button here, it's gonna knock all the cocoa beans off of the logs there, and then they're all gonna go into the hoppers. So anyways, and then these here you just gotta knock off by hand because they're not hooked into rest of the hopper system. But anyways, then all of them gather down here, and then you just gotta come back down through here and kind of replant your cocoa beans. Whoops. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. That's too funny. Alright. Oh. Let's see if we can do this again without hitting the button. So. So anyways, put that together for him, so hopefully he'll enjoy that and get a few cocoa beans out of it. There's his sheep. It looks like he's got all the sheep of the rainbow. I also came over to Aaron's place, and he's not been on for a long time, so I'm hoping everything's okay there. I have to give him a call sometime. I brought him a horse, and it's got a saddle and everything, so I hope he can figure out that he's got a... Actually, I guess I did put a double gate in there, so... But anyways, I really expanded the sugar cane over here. I was really desperate for sugar cane. And then I also put in an automatic sugar cane farm for him, and wow, this thing's producing good. In fact, I'm gonna take some of this because while I have quite a bit of sugar cane now, I could use a lot more yet. I also saw another video where a guy, well, you could either put lily pads on the water, but then I've also seen this, you can put carpet. You can put carpet down on top of the water. And so that way this stuff, your sugar cane doesn't fall down into the water trenches. And I thought that was a really, really great idea too. So, uh-oh, it's starting to get dark. Alright, well, it's time to run. I really don't want to get caught out. The last couple times I've been caught out, the mobs have like all spawned in these really tight concentrations or groups, and it has been nasty, a nasty fight to stay alive, and especially when I haven't been eating. So anyways, I think I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to head back to base, maybe see what other kind of trouble I can get into there. If I get some other cool things I'm doing this weekend or something, then I'll probably go ahead and record another episode for y'all. But anyways, for now, this is Brutal, signing off. Have a great one.